Veena?
So is it good to take health insurance policy from bank?
Yes, it is certainly good, but the banks have negotiated the policy very well with the insurance companies because their network is bigger. So the rates given to the banks by the insurance companies are pretty low in comparison with the retail business. So it is advisable always to purchase the policy from them, but the banks will not be able to explain to you what has been covered and what is not covered. So that becomes a problem there. So you can buy the policy from the bank. At the same time, what you have bought, you should know. Try to understand what you have bought. Certainly the bank rates are cheaper than the other policies.
Ritu?
Good morning, sir. How can I get health coverage?
Yes.
Because nowadays health coverage, that enrollment is over. So how can I get that coverage?
Health coverage, where the enrollment is over, you mean? I mean, in what specific scheme are you talking from, Ayushman Bharat or the normal insurance policy?
The normal insurance policy.
So you can contact any insurance company and you can take a policy from them. You can contact any bank and take a policy from them. And any insurance company will be happy to give you insurance cover. You have to just, or you can go, you can buy online nowadays. There's no problem. There's no need to go to anybody.
So next question is, what is the difference between health insurance claim and Mediclaim policy? Health insurance.
See, health insurance and medical policy, same thing. There is no difference. There is no difference.
Aliza Rahman?
Sir, can the policy expire if it is not paid on time?
See, there is policy will expire, otherwise the benefits of the waiver of exclusions earned over the last year will expire last. So policy, health insurance policy must be renewed in time because it is subject to certain exclusions in the first few years. And if it is renewed in time continuously for 4 years, in some policies for 2 years, so they get automatically waived and person gets benefited of treatment of all those diseases. So it is advisable to renew the policy in time, but for continuity purpose, if somebody forgets and if he renews the policy within 30 days, those benefits continue.
Priya Narula.
So my question is, being from a middle class family, how is health insurance beneficial?
See, health insurance policy is always beneficial to all of us, whether it is of any class of the people we are. See, health insurance premium when we pay, you get an income tax rebate first of all, if you look from our middle class mentality. So that is useful to us. If you come, whatever bracket you are coming into, you get a rebate in income tax. And then at the time of the pinch, nowadays the medical cost is increasing. Any hospitalization, small hospitalization costs you ₹1 lakh rupees. I will share you, when you are talking of the middle class, I am talking of the higher class also. I have an experience last week only. A very rich person, she is going through a liver transplantation now. So they had purchased only 20 lakhs, 10 lakhs and 5 lakhs policy. The cost is much higher. She is feeling the pinch. So everybody needs insurance, health insurance. It comes very handy when they are at the time of requirement. The normal mentality, what we feel is that, okay, I'm perfectly all right, I don't need insurance. So when something happens, then we realize the importance. And there are cases like accidental cases where a person is almost brain dead and is kept in the hospital for months. All assets of the family get sold. That time we realize what is happening. So it is very essential for all of us. So whatever limit we can fix as per our capacity to buy, but we must have health insurance. That is required.
Ibra, I think your doubt is clear. It was combination.
But I have another question.
Yes.
That is, can a person change his hospitals during the course of his treatment?
Yes, yes. A person can change his policy at the time of renewal, and he can, suppose somebody is not getting a proper treatment in one hospital at the time of hospitalization, he is not happy with the services of one hospital, he can change. There is no problem in that.
Mirza Anas.
Does health insurance give coverage to all the hospitals in the city or just government hospitals?
See, health insurance, we will reimburse or we will give the cashless facility in any hospital, whether it is government or a private. There is no problem in that. The treatment taken in government hospital is really genuine and cheaper in comparison with the private. So there is no problem even if the treatment is taken in government hospital. Less questions are asked rather.
But the probability is very less that if I have an insurance, my going to a government hospital is very less.
Sir, depends on the expertise the hospital has. So people have trust in government, like for liver, perhaps this Vasant Kunj. People, most of the people will go there. They will not go to the private.
What about the waiting period? Because if there is a problem today, if you go to the liver hospital in Vasant Kunj, the waiting time may be very high.
So you will choose the other private where it is available, and there is no limit. No insurance company will ask you why didn't you go to the government hospital first. So it is your choice. It's your choice of which hospital you want to get treated and at what cost.
Government hospital you will get it done in 5 lakhs in private.
Now see, a person. Yesterday only a friend of mine from insurance company, he has taken a coverage of only 10 lakhs. And he's taking treatment in Gangaram. Now his 10 lakhs is expiring, he's getting exhausted. And he has full year for his treatment. And if he can take the treatment from some other hospital, the cost can be less. He can continue to do it. So it depends on you, how you go, where you want the treatment, depending on the requirement. If he gets a treatment only in Gangaram, particular doctor is there, he only is the expert, yes, he has no option. But if there is an option, then he should go somewhere else and get it at simple, because throughout the year he has to take the treatment.
Does health insurance cover up for all pre-existing illness?
So I'm happy at least somebody is talking of pre-existing disease. That means there is some awareness in the students about the insurance. So pre-existing disease, see, it depends. When it is decided it is pre-existing, the insurance will not cover normally. Okay, in retail policies it is not covered. But when we negotiate for the group policies, in group policies they negotiate and in the package it comes automatically.
Yeah, can you explain what name?
See, the retail is the individual policies like, and in corporate policies like for a corporate like Hamdard, Jamia Hamdard. So if I give you a policy to all the employees, all the students here, it is a negotiated policy for all the students. So it's a group, huge number of people. So these conditions are relaxed in those policies, depending on the negotiation made between insurer and the insured. How do we negotiate? So they can be relaxed.
So that means if Jamia Hamdard takes a group policy for all the students.
Yes.
The premium will be very less.
See, pre-existing diseases for individual policies, generally none of the insurance companies they allow. But
They will
maybe
not
after
relax.
3 years,
They get covered after the 4th year. Once the policy runs, suppose I have some problem with me, I have a problem in my knees, arthritis. So in the first year, it will not be covered. So it gets covered after a continuous policy of 4 years.
In the same company or different companies?
So it can be different company, but there should be a regular, continuous renewal without a break. It can be with any government company or private company, doesn't matter.
But suppose if I am taking the policy for last 3 years from one company, and in the 4th year I change the company to another company.
Yes.
Then if I am claiming that my pre-existing problem, so
No problem. They will consider it. They will pay. They will have to pay it.
See, one thing only you have to keep in mind, if you have a policy with one company, say for 2 years or 3 years, and you want to switch over to another company, then there is a process. There is a process. IRDA has fixed, that is IRDA, the regulator, they have fixed the process. And if you don't go through that process and transfer to policy to another company, then continuity benefit will not be given. So if 3 years it has run and you go to another company, in the 4th year, you will be given the continuity benefit if you have gone through the process.
but that is not the case with the car insurance.
No, that is not the case of insurance. But here also, nothing to worry. Mostly benefits are carried forward in health insurance. There is portability there, but there is still, insurance companies are quite liberal on that front. They consider it.
What is the process of IRDA?
See, portability. What is portability?
Actually, see, a person has been taking a policy with one company 1 year, 2 years, now he wants it to change. So, the new company will like to treat that policy as a fresh policy. So, IRDA has come out with the regulation that the policy has to be ported. Portability is. So, for that portability, there is on the website of IRDA, which is linked with all the insurance companies, through the portal, this portability has to be through the portal. So if you have a policy and you want to now port that policy to another company, you have to go on that website and then post your request that now I am with A company, I want to go to B company. So for going to B company, the B company should have the clearance from A company. Then they don't have a problem. Then B company will renew a policy as if it's a continuous policy. Otherwise, they will treat it as a new policy, then those diseases will be continuing as pre-existing. So this is a very important thing, portability. There is a lot of problem amongst the insurance companies, and there is a lot of, clients have a clash with the insurance companies because of this issue. That my policy was there since last 3 years. Now you are saying that we will not treat for the pre-existing disease, because the portability was not done. And generally 45 days is there, that means before the expiry of the policy, 45 days before the expiry of the policy, the portability request has to be given. This is very important. Those who have got the policy, those who don't have a policy, it's a different matter altogether.
See, normally this for 45 days in advance, you have to inform to the new insurer that I want to. So the new insurer will inform the old insurer that this person wants to have the policy with me. Do you have any objection? If he responds, fine. If he does not respond, fine. So policy gets a validity. There is no problem in that. There is nothing to be afraid of it. It's just a procedure. करनी पड़ेगी, but this is a simple procedure. There is nothing big.
I know.
So, can NRIs take health insurance in India, and they can come for treatment and claims in India?
NRI, he is there.
See, this policy, the territorial jurisdiction of the health insurance policy is India. So anyone, anywhere in the world can take this policy. For treatment, they have to
come to India, and they will have to pay the premium in rupees.
So what about emergency situations?
they will have to keep that thing in mind before taking the policy.
So they'll have to come to India for claims and treatments, everything.
Yes. This policy is, the claims can be made only in India, treatment can be made only in India.
So they can buy...
They can buy.
See, we have an overseas Mediclaim policy.
That is for the people going abroad.
If you are Indian going outside, he can take that policy if he is there for, say he will be there for 6 months or 3 months. So this policy, this overseas policy, overseas Mediclaim policy will bear the cost of expenses in that country. But in India, this is the policy for Indians only, within India only. This policy will not operate outside India.
You cannot.
So that NRI will have to take a policy there in that country.
Okay, so what about the students who go there, like for 1 year or 2 years?
See, the students who go abroad, for a certain time we give here, we give the policy or overseas policies we give. That policy covers them. Okay, they can take treatment there also and here also. That policy covers treatment of both the countries. There's no problem in that. Okay, but if they want to continue there, they will have to take the policies there itself.
So is there any limit of duration? For example, if I am going for 1 year or 5 years?
It's maximum 90 days, that can be increased.
Only 90 days. And
So
after
increase
90
can
days,
accept that.
you have to do it.
Ultimately, they will have to take a policy there only.
And this overseas premium will be higher than the normal premium?
आपके लिए कम कर दो.
No, the rates are fixed
Because now
and
you are getting treatment abroad. So the cost
rates are higher, certainly higher. For 90 days is equal to 1 year here almost premium.
Anyone going abroad or what? You are going abroad?
Sir, is any scheme in lifetime
Take a question we will as per the next.
Priyanka Bansal.
Priyanka,
The name is not clear.
Absent कर दीजिए.
I'll read out the question. Whose question? Mini.
So what all are the steps or the struggles to set as a career in health insurance companies as a
What are these struggles?
or the steps which are to taken to set up career in health insurance companies?
See,
how can she get a job in health insurance?
yes, it's very, very good one and
That's why he's there.
that's why I am here. See, to have a career in health insurance is really very easy. And there are no hurdles, I tell you. It depends on how much effort, how good you do in your MBA, and what kind of skills you acquire here, and whether they suit to the insurance company or the TPAs or the brokers. You acquire good knowledge here, you complete your MBA here, you complete some III certification you do, you will get a good job. There will not be a
So
problem.
like in hospitals, it happens that there are stages, positions, different positions.
Hospitals,
In hospitals it do happen. So the same scenario is in health insurance companies.
See, I'll just briefly tell you.
Yes.
Her question is basically when you go to a hospital or in a pharma company, you have a different job role. Like you have HR executive, marketing executive, operations, front office manager. You have different sections. So she wants to understand what are the different sections.
see, there are, I will tell you, like I will tell you in the PSUs, every year all the 4-5 PSUs come up with the advertisement asking for MBA students to apply for their administrative officer job. Okay, so you can very well apply there one. You can apply in the private insurance companies also. So that we have different kind of streams. We have technical stream like in the health insurance. Suppose you have a health expertise, you have done MBA in health insurance. You can enter into the health. Even if you have not done that, still you can be in the health department. There is no problem. We'll teach you, people train you. So you can enter into marketing, you can enter into different other areas of health insurance. We, I think all of us here sitting people, we are not expert. So we have entered into the insurance company. We were arts graduates or postgraduates, we are. And we are today handling the health insurance. So you can also come.
And what about
So with the
entrepreneurship? Can it is entrepreneurship in health insurance company?
entrepreneurship, different kind of entrepreneurship is available. Like in the health stream, see, you can have your own companies who can do wellness programs for the health insurance
How
companies.
can we
So that is, see, you'll have to gain the knowledge first and the exposure first. You'll have to talk to the all stakeholders, gain the knowledge, and then you'll have to stand up and do something for that. You'll have
She
to,
wants to start a health insurance company. So you can just
To start the health insurance company as a person, you need some money to register in the IRDA, and then you need to hire people like us.
you also tell us how much money you need.
See where they having that money.
Kajal Jain, Rajesh.
Then how would the government of the private health insurance that individuals with life-altering illness and injuries receive care without falling into financial ruin?
Just read it once again.
How would the government and the private health insurance company ensure that individuals with life-altering illness and injuries receive care without falling into financial ruin?
See now, that is the purpose of this Ayushman Bharat, actually, if you ask me. Okay? So this policy takes care of. But as far as the insurance companies is concerned, insurance companies will limit their liability to the sum insured that people have opted. So as a government or as any insurer, so he will take full care up to the sum insured the person has taken. To that extent, he will take full care, and beyond that, he will not. He will not, because from where they will give the money. So this Ayushman Bharat will also take care up to a certain limit, up to 5 lakhs. Even beyond that, again the expenses will come on the individual. So that is why the insurance is must. When we decide about sum insured, we should decide a huge amount. Good enough. There are different levels. There are different kind of policies. Where like a regular policy I buy for 10 lakhs, then we can take top-ups. So top-ups will come when the normal disease sum insured is exhausted and when there is a critical illness comes, then these top-up policies will enter into and they will take care of the sum insured. Then you have to do the planning very carefully. So you need to talk to the intermediary which policy will suit you and how you can buy a product with the minimum premium. You have to do that way. But if you ask me, insurance company, how will they arrange? They will only take care of you till the sum insured is there. Beyond that, they will not. It's an institution. It's not an individual.
Sir, can Indian government have the enough resources to provide the Ayushman Bharat in such large population?
Sir, Indian government has everything. They can do anything. They are rich enough. They can afford it. Now, initially they are starting with this policy, so they will cover a lesser number of pupils, but in time to come, they will cover all. They will.
Pragati. I hope your doubt is right.
There may be one more doubt out of all the doubts.
So, what are the topmost things one should check in document policy documents?
Policy documents. See, when we buy an insurance policy, we must see the exclusions. What are the exclusions the policy has? What are the terms and conditions which is exclusion? What kind of treatment? What kind of disease is excluded? Those kind of things we must see. They should be written on the policy.
Things are not covered in
They are not covered. You must know what is not covered.
Because they may say no, because this is not covered in your insurance policy.
And that is what happens normally with us. I was talking to Professor Nawal and he was saying that the public perception is that we don't get anything in the health insurance. And that is why, because we don't ask what is covered, what is not covered. If I ask you, I think
See, actually insurance, if you look at insurance, insurance is covering a particular risk, right? Something which may happen. So we are talking about a chance, right? Something which may happen, something untoward, something which you don't want to happen. Pregnancy is planned. People want it to happen.
What are the reasons for this?
So just let me finish it. So it is not insurable. So for individuals, we don't insure it. But when it's a group, then we give it as a benefit. So the entire group, for the entire group, we will allow pregnancy risks. I mean, for that person, it's a risk, but it is not an insurable risk. So we will allow pregnancy as a benefit for the ladies only. So if there are 10,000 people and there are only 500 women, so they are all covered, but the entire 10,000 will pay the premium for the 500 women.
In the retail policies it is not covered, but in group policies it is normally covered and everything is covered. Even the newly born child gets covered from the day one. It is there, but in retail policies they have not covered.
If your university takes a group policy, then
I have one. I read a news item recently. The dental aspect was not covered earlier in health insurance.
Yes.
Probably government and IRD is contemplating.
The dental part, as a normal dental treatment, is not covered in any insurance policy. But if it is accidental in nature, it is covered.
But day before yesterday, there was a news item.
Yes, they have. The IIT has come up with this kind of thing. But then the insurance again it is for insurance companies how they will cover, whether they will cover it in normal or they will charge additional premium. Everything has a cost now, so they have to bear the cost. It all depends.
Well, you see, go by the logic, white tooth is not covered because it's not internal part of the body or something which is within our country. Is it that so? What is the philosophy of not covering it?
Dental treatment, I don't know the philosophy, but the normal decay is there in the dentist, so normal decay will not be payable. And if it is accidental, it is payable. If there is any accidental and there is a hospitalization, it is payable. The routine corrections are not payable. Suppose if there is some, if it is a disease, it is payable. Even now it is payable. But normal corrections are not payable.
You see, the dental thing is also mostly connected with the lifestyle. I can keep on eating chocolates, create a problem and create insurance. Similarly, if the lifestyle is not correct, I will get an heart risk and you keep on covering the heart risk. I mean, there has to be some
anything which is related to wear and tear. You are going for a checkup because there is some wear and tear.
You cover
None of the insurance policies don't cover it because it's not a risk. It's not a risk. Disease is a risk, accident is a risk.
Farah.
Morning, sir. My question to you is, many a times after already being enrolled in a health insurance policy, when we go to a hospital, we are denied treatment based on the process, based on the cover that we are getting through a health insurance policy. So what are those situations under which one may be denied cashless hospitalization?
See, there are two types of treatments when the TPA deals with the claims. One is cashless, other is reimbursement. So in cashless, every TPA has number of hospitals on their network. They have negotiated the rates, they have negotiated procedures, they have negotiated discounts with the hospitals, and the hospitals are on their network, and they arrange a cashless to the hospitals. So the question asked by you is in which situation the cashless is not extended. Okay. Normally it is the situation where the pre-existing disease comes. When there is doubt that this particular disease exists before the insurance policy has been taken. And in all probability, there is a team of doctors who are able to analyze the documents, and documents give a fair idea whether the disease is pre-existing before the insurance is taken, and then only they are denied, otherwise they are not denied. Otherwise the cashless is given. And there are, even if the claim is denied there at that time, the person can come through the reimbursement model. And then reimbursement at the time of the whole documentation is analyzed, and then maybe later on it may become a payable also if you give a satisfactory reply. So that is how it is processed.
Kansha.
Good morning, sir. I am Akanksha Kamra. My question is, whom can I approach in case of a conflict with the insurance company with respect to my claim?
See, when we talk of conflict, that means there is you are not satisfied with the services of the insurance company. So you can write to IRDA, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. So there is a proper grievance redressal mechanism there. So if you are not satisfied with the insurance company or TPA, you can write or register a claim online with IRDA. And even after that reply you are not satisfied, you can go to Ombudsman. There is an insurance ombudsman almost across the country. So you can contact your respective area ombudsman and you can file a complaint. And if you are not happy, you can still go to the court. There are so many things. So there's a big, many avenues you have to complain and get your grievance redressed. Normally, before doing that, we should talk to the insurance company. 99% there is a possibility that grievance will get addressed at insurance company itself before going to all these options available. So normally what happens, we don't go to insurance company, we have a predetermined mind that the insurance people are useless, they will not listen to you. It is not like that. So you have to go to the insurance company, put forward your argument, they will listen to you. It's not like that.
For your information, there is a regulation by IRDA. It is called Protection of Policyholders' Interest. You can go on the IRDA website and you can download that regulation. Regulation is the law of the land. So every insurance company has to follow. And as per that, every company has to have a grievance cell. And every grievance, every complaint has to be satisfied or dealt within 15 days. And if that company does not do it without a valid reason, then IRDA can penalize the insurance company and can charge up to 5 lakhs.
This is a proper mechanism.
So none of the insurance companies will like to, like if you are a customer, they will definitely want to satisfy you if you go through the proper process.
You register a complaint in IRDA, it automatically goes to insurance company. He is supposed to reply within 3 days to you. He is supposed to acknowledge. So there is defined mechanism, don't worry about the grievances. Only thing is we have to know what are the available ways.
More exam.
So my question is, what are the criteria for selecting families in Ayushman Bharat?
See, as of now, all it will be based, no cards will be issued. Cards are not getting issued. Earlier in Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana, they were issuing the policy. There is a simple enrollment by the. As of now, I think initially they will give it to the poor people. Only it will be available to the poor people, vulnerable families, not to all of them. They can't afford otherwise.
Normal.
So what strategy should be obtained to get involved for the people living in the rural areas, even though their per capita income is very low and the premiums are high?
See, when we talk of the insurance expense, and you have touched a very reasonable topic, but in the rural areas, you said the insurance premiums are very high. But if I ask you, in the rural areas, the medical cost is also low. So they can afford a lesser sum insured and take a treatment in the rural areas itself, where the good doctors are there. But what is happening today is that I take a policy in like 1 lakh sum insured, suppose, and I go to only Apollo. The problem becomes that. Otherwise, the things are, if you take a proper sum insured for yourself, according to your paying capacity, and then you choose a hospital where you can afford within that sum insured, you can get the treatment. It is not that. Or you can go to the government hospitals, they charge you very reasonable. So, in the rural areas, the first challenge is to sell the insurance. The people don't agree, they don't buy, they don't have trust rather in insurance. So that becomes a big challenge. First of all, to convince them to buy insurance, to explain them why should they buy is a big challenge, which the insurance companies are having. If you ask me, the very lesser proportion of the premium comes from the rural areas, mainly from the urban areas it comes. So that's a big challenge. So some low ticket insurance policies have to be designed for that actually. And low ticket insurance premium, some procedure cost, low ticket, proper negotiation with the hospitals in the rural area itself. So those specific covers can be given, specific policies can be decided, but that call has to be taken by insurance companies. Who will take that?
Vivek.
My question is opting for a surgical plan better than a general insurance? Is opting for a surgical plan better than general insurance?
Some specific health policy related to surgical interventions than a regular health policy. This is what you are saying.
See, the insurance companies have designed some products, disease specific, some like they are coming up with some policies with some critical issues only, critical disease only. So people buy those products only where the normal treatments, normal disease are not covered. So it is for you to decide which product suits your requirement. You can have two products, one for the normal disease and one for these critical diseases. You can plan in a very reasonable amount. You can have a low sum insured for all this normal treatment, and beyond that you can have a critical policy which will cover for those diseases. So at a very planned way you can buy the insurance that way. That will take care of this.
There is a policy, cancer policy.
That's what I am critical policies.
Old policy, which a person can take who does not have cancer but he has rapid. So that policy at present is given by mostly public sector companies.
You can buy, I mean, somebody can buy those policies. If there is a disease, that particular disease, cancer is there, so that policy will enter only when there is a disease. Otherwise, it will not come into. Before that, the normal policy will be there. And the rates will be reasonable there, very reasonable.
Jeffrey.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes.
You are putting it. Let the question
ask him. Ask.
Sir, the Union Cabinet has just approved the memorandum of understanding between IRDA and the US government insurance company. So how will it affect what kind of growth can we be assured of in the future in India because of this understanding? It's a recent news. MOU with the insurance regulatory body in US and IRDA.
What is the MOU for? What is that MOU
It's a framework for the exchange of information research and system.
See, it's an MOU between two regulators. So, India, when the regulatory body was set up, as it is, they took the regulations from other countries and formulated our own regulations. So now this will be just to kind of strengthen our regulations, find out how they are working, how they are using it.
And foreign companies invest in a
Doing it. Yes.
I have one more query. Taking a cue from that, we advise that why don't we go to the government hospital, costing you can take a lower claims policy. See, the main fact is that people even in rural areas don't have trust on the government.
Yes.
Quality of service. So, even the health insurance company's objective is to minimize it, coverage cost of the claim. What is the role of health insurance company in pushing the service quality in the healthcare? Pushing up the service. I mean, how do you see the role of?
I will tell you. See,
the cost will also go up.
The purpose of creating these TPAs is the same. See, these TPAs, what they do is, they have a tie-up with all the hospitals. Every TPA has a network of hospitals. They discuss, negotiate the rates for the procedures or the discounts from the hospitals for the normal public. So the cost is reduced by that way. That is the way. So in normal course, when a person goes, although it is contrary in the public talks differently, but even I used to do that. But when I have come to TPA, I have understood that the cost of treatment which a TPA has negotiated with the hospital is much cheaper than the normal treatment. When you go as a normal person, you will be charged higher than that, and here it is less than that. No, not at all.
The cost is related to the procedure.
Where's that gap of margin that you're saying?
No, nobody pays because they get a good amount of business through us. So we give them good footfall, good number of people. Volume. So for against the volume, they are giving a discount.
My question is very different, sir. I mean, as a TPA, as a health insurance company, how would you improve the role of service quality in the hospital? That is the...
I will see the efforts are being done from one insurance company I know. They have asked us to post one particular doctor in every big hospital to help the customers of their company, and they work as a help desk. And when we post a particular doctor in that particular hospital, he will cater to the needs of that person. He will see that he is properly treated. He is not cheated. The treatment line is correct. Even he will see into it that he is not overcharged. So those kind of things are happening.
I had an experience when PSR, when the wife was the gallbladder stone. The doctor was immediately assigned. I mean, she did not have come out of the anesthesia. Doctor came. But again, the doctor is a very young doctor, just MBBS pass. And the guy is a very young, elderly surgeon. That, compatibility doesn't come, number one. When you negotiate the price, it's a suggestion, why don't you also negotiate the treatment protocol? So that there could be an accountability of the hospital in that price.
Yes, protocol will be there.
No, but the treatment protocol should be also known to the customer. So that if there is some cutting the corners, that risk is reflected on the customer. Because every cost is attached to the cost of the treatment protocol.
Yes.
The protocol is discussed because whenever the discounts are being asked, the protocol is discussed. But then it's very difficult to have all the protocols and then have a
There should be an orange book like that.
There has to be, sir.
Because there are so many
The hospital will say we cover the treatment protocol. You can't challenge the doctors. Then they will say we have covered, they may not have covered. Given this cost.
For you will be knowing for all kinds of treatments, international guidelines, World Health Organization.
I agree. The protocol.
Charging for certain treatment protocols, then why shouldn't they be transparent? For a
See, we can cushion them.
For a pathological test, for a surgical implementation, there has to be.
We can cushion them. We do cushion when it comes to our knowledge. We do cushion.
It's not known to the insurer.
That is a duty which has to be taken by the government. Insurance companies cannot take
That has to come.
Insurance companies cannot take additional duties. हमारा काम है risk cover करना, हमारा काम है claim
Risk cover करना, that is more centered around cost. That is not centered around.
Even if this thing is reduced.
I agree with you, sir. Why I am
But what I am saying is not possible for the insurance company.
I'll tell you why I'll tell you why I asked this question. Reason being, sir, about 6-7 years back, I had a policy from Royal Sundaram Insurance, Medicaid. I was paying 4,500 something. I paid for 7 years.
My simple suggestion would be that individual things we can discuss off the things. I can tell you. I can tell
a
you.
lot of scams
Yes.
that have surfaced about 4-5 years back. where the hospitals are overcharging. So insurance
It is there.
company
It is
went to
That is
IRDA and
scam today also.
increase the premium rate, which was a reflection and burden on us.
That is scam is today also, and the problem is that because there is a lack of regulation for the hospital. This is one of the biggest demand of the insurance company.
So let's go to the next.
So the question, what are the benefits of third-party administrators from the insurer's perspective and the insurer's perspective?
Who has asked this question? Who has asked this question?
Okay. See the
Have you finished that?
Yeah.
There were some questions without names. Why don't you?
Is anyone having any query?
Any questions? Those questions also.
so there is one question coming from there. What's your question?
Why don't you include the OPD charges in the cashless facility?
See, the normal policies depend on insurance company whether they are charged appropriate premium. They can customize the policies. Nobody stops them. There are some policies which cover OPD also. But OPD will, or some insurance companies have tie-ups with some doctors, and even the OPDs are also cashless with some insurance companies, not in all the insurance companies. Some companies are doing that. So it is yet to, because the chances of frauds are less, so some insurance chances of fraud are more there. So less number of companies are entering into that field. In time to come, they will do that also. Some companies are giving those policies also. OPD is also there. Very less. Now he says, why the OPD cannot be given cashless? OPD can be given a cashless, no problem. But the insurance company should bear the loss.
HITP is also not provided.
First of all, OPD was not covered. OPD was not covered. Now it is being covered by some of the companies.
It is covered, but we are reimbursing.
We are not covered. Now we have started covering some of the companies. Now, as far as cashless is concerned, it can be allowed in OPD.
We don't include the OPD charges with the IPD charges when we have the cashless facility in the hospital. That's a big problem the patient faces also.
To come gradually. Cashless thing is something which is there since time immemorial. It is not a new one. So then getting cashless system is a big challenge. Your hospital of this university, if you want to have a cashless in this hospital, it will be difficult because some of the systems are not there.
No, see, what he is saying is the OPD charges, why don't you arrange a cashless? That is what he is saying. That can be done. That can be done. That can be done, but provided.
So we are processing the papers from two formats, either through the portal or through the mail. I think HITP is the mail. Don't you think that it should be the only one format for all the TPAs under 6,000 or any other private insurance?
Through the mail or?
Through the portal. Online portal.
It is a matter of convenience or the procedure for the TPA. What kind of model or what kind of things they are doing.
Do the things that is free. It should be on the portal. It should be common for all the TPA. We are just doing it with we are providing the mail code or 5 mail. We are just including to just process the paper. And there should be the one portal of every TPA. Don't you think it should be done?
Can be done. There is no problem.
Of yours also is insurance company. Of yours also is the mail ID. You are providing 2 or 3 mail IDs to just process the paper.
How do you know that?
Actually, I have worked, so I know you are providing this. Actually, I have worked.
Which hospital you have worked?
Actually,
So where does the hospital sends the intimation? Where does the hospital sends the intimation? That's all. So whether it sends on portal or sends through a mail, how does it matter?
it matters. We are wasting a paper and all the things.
No, mail it, there's no wastage of paper. Mail it comes and people process the mail on the system. And tell the hospital, not the TPA.
In the portal, you will put the link and no need of paper and
Chalo, next.
See, your question raises a point. Hospitals have their own systems. TPAs there have their own systems, right? Whether these systems are compatible or not, it's a question of compatibility also. We don't say that there is a perfect system with the TPS. Now to make the system more customer friendly, I had this thing in mind. This can be as a project. If your students are interested, we can have a project where you can work in a hospital for some time as interns, and I can request him, and we can request some other TPAs also, where some students can go and work and find out how the systems are there, and then see where is the gap in compatibility.
It is a question of technology uses, like MediAssist. Even there, even the bills are transferred online, soft form. It is possible. Everywhere it is possible.
you are also providing for
It's possible. So things will improve slowly. Cannot happen in one go.
So I think what he's trying to say is that if on the TPA part, all the TPAs who are working in India, if on their part they decide among themselves that for accepting any claim request, you will only have one procedure of coming to our website and then only you can file it.
Sir, for your kind information, first of all, there is a lot of competition among the TPS. They don't sit together. They are competitors. It's a difficult job. Anyway.
These questions have no names. They've been made to sir. So I'll ask them. As of 9 July 2018, there is a total of 27 TPAs which are licensed by IRDAI. Is it the sufficient number to ensure the quality of services in health insurance industry? That is a question.
See, if you ask me, as on date, the number of policies or the insurance penetration is there. These TPAs can cater to the need. As on date, they can meet any requirement. See, the existing TPAs will be serving even the Ayushman Bharat also. Any number of claims they can handle. Today they have the capacity to handle any number of claims. There is no problem in that.
Then, what will be the steps and procedures to overcome the challenges?
Who has sent this question? Someone has sent it by mail.
No, it's good.
Anyone?
It's all right. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's a good one. I mean, it's whether the country has a capacity to handle it is a really good thing somebody has thought of. But really, the TPAs are competent. They can handle any number of claims.
So, next question. What will be the steps and procedures to overcome the challenges faced by TPAs in present scenario, like delay in issuance of identity cards to policy holders?
See, the challenges is that when the policy is sold, the people do not give their photographs first of all. They are in hurry to take the insurance. And then the documents, the photos are given in piecemeal. So that delays the process. If the photographs come along with the policy proposal, there is no challenge. They can be done within 3-4 days. The challenge happens when the photographs don't come along with the document, and that delays. The challenge is that the people do not write their own mobile number.
Communication between hospitals and insurance companies.
See, we are the company who come between the hospital and the insurance company. So the TPA plays a role of mediator in between. So there is no communication lag. See, as far as the government companies are concerned, so zone-wise we have the PPN committees. So lead company, like in all the zones, we have lead companies, like in North Oriental is there, in West New India is there. So each company has one committee and they discuss the rates with the hospitals, fix up with the help of the TPS, and the rates are decided, discussed and finalized, and all the procedure cost, all the discounts. So company also has a role. TPS have a role. So accordingly, the rates are decided, procedures are decided, all the what way the claims will be settled. All those things are decided in advance by the companies, lead companies, and the TPS.
This is the last question. One more.
So what is act of God?
Act of God is whatever God does, which is not done by the human.
So is there any word related to this in the policy?
I think health policy does not have this word as far as I know. But is there anything, sir? You are the expert.
See the recent flood in Kerala.
So it is act of God.
Waterborne diseases.
But they will all be covered. They will all be covered. They will all be covered. Any disease due to this will all be treated and the claims will be paid. So there is nothing like that here in health.
Health insurance covers injuries also. So if a person who meets with is struck by lightning, earthquake, all these things.
The claim will be paid in that case also.
Everything is an act of God, don't worry.
Is there any other query?
We can take another 5 or 10 minutes if you have any more questions to ask. Yes.
Good morning, sir. My name is Anas. I actually wanted to know, I am a dentist by graduation, so but why is like that dental insurance is not covered by almost globally everywhere? What is the reason for this? I mean, people also ask what you want to talk about. And it's pretty expensive in terms of treatment. So why does the insurance company do not cover it?
So it is getting analyzed by RDA. They have issued a circular now. Probably, see, now it will come. The treatment will be covered, but there will be a cost involved. So they will let it.
See, what is happening all over the world is insurance is becoming a commodity. They are taking it as a product. They are not exactly thinking in terms of risk. They are trying to make it a benefit policy. In India, still we are talking about risk. So gradually, when we talk about benefits, all these treatments and all that, they will be not exactly risk prone. So we have to look at the cost involved. Because if you want that all these things to be covered, then the premium will be very high. You try buying a policy in USA or Canada or Europe, then you will understand the premium which you have to pay there, the premium which you are paying in India. You just can't afford it out there. Most of the people, they are willing to come to India, take a policy out here and get treated out there.
Lot of medical tourism.
Where in those countries, then you'll have to 100 years back, health insurance started in America. There, वहाँ पर वो traditional insurance खत्म हो गया.
No, but this question is coming up. IRDA has come up now. So it will come up. The cost will go up. That's all. Nothing will. In that also, routine things will not be covered. Again.
Like in normal RCT will not be covered.
Again, major surgeries, non-surgeries will be covered. RCT is a routine thing, which is bound to be there. You know.
But I think you're saying pretty expensive, right?
I know it's expensive. I have got it done.
See, I'll tell you one very blunt fact today. In India, what's happening, most of the hospitals, most of the commercial hospitals, today they are existing because of insurance. And today the cost of treatment has gone up so high, it's not affordable, but for insurance. So what's happening is that because of the skyrocketing cost of health treatment, the cost of insurance has gone up so high that today taking an insurance policy is not affordable, and that's why this Ayushman. So it's a vicious circle actually. Anyway,
Is insurance company provide a facility of a lifetime insurance?
See, in general insurance, no policy is lifetime. Only life insurance and life policies can be lifetime. In general insurance, the policies are very okay. In general insurance, the policies are mainly 1 year.
Sir, only
They are not more than
we get to buy a 2 month or 3 months, not a lifetime.
See, the problem arises of how to calculate the premium.
Maybe in time to come that may happen, but as of now it is not there.
In life insurance, they give a long-term policy in which health is also covered. But there they give that health cover for critical illness, right? Where the person after contracting the illness may die. So that coverage is allowed in health insurance. But there the payment is not for treatment. A lump sum amount is given whether you treat the disease or not. But the health insurance cover given by the general insurance company or non-life insurance company, it is for hospitalization. So the person has to be hospitalized, the person has to be treated, then only a compensation is paid. So the problem is how to calculate the cost.
It is difficult to see the medical cost. What will be the cost after 30 years? It's difficult to tell today. So it is going year to year basis.
There is another science, actuarial science, which calculates, and in India we hardly have any actually.
Sir, I have a question. You were talking about health policy in the US. What I have heard is something otherwise. That in general everyone has to have a health policy in the US.
Otherwise in USA it's no more a health insurance by the insurance company. Everyone is chipping in. It's a kind of community insurance.
And it is you simply cannot go to hospital without a policy.
You cannot.
It's a community insurance.
You have to have a policy there.
In India it has not happened.
It is not like this here.
In USA, health insurance has started 100 years back. Now they have come to this stage where they know that an insurance company cannot give a proper health care. So the government has chipped in, the pharmaceuticals have chipped in, insurance companies have chipped in, the community has chipped in, everyone has come together. That Obamacare kind of community policy. An insurance company itself will never be able to give the entire coverage. It's not possible.
Almost everybody has a policy there. So here we don't have, very few people. General insurance penetration is very low. Yes.
So like if we are rural, there is so much of time like patients get discharged, but the approval not come.
See, normally, maybe in a particular few cases, there may be an experience.
There are so many cases in the mass hospital. I work with the mass hospital. Might be takes 2 to 3 days or minimum 9 to 10 hours to get the approval.
That should not happen, but there must be some document lapse. Maybe some issue with the payment issue and the proper policy. There must be some issue with the policy itself. Whether the premium is in doubt or some kind of that. I don't know. Depends on availability of the people in TPA also. Every TPA doesn't have the people in the night, so they take time. There are issues with TPAs also, I agree. So, yes.
So this approval process of private TPA and IFCA, is there any difference in terms
Same,
of
yes,
timing?
it is same.
In terms of timing?
See, everyone talks big that they do in half an hour, they do in 25 minutes, they do in 2 hours. So actually, everyone tries to do its best, depending on the number of claims. And during the last, April and May, even the HITP had a tough time, and they were doing it. They have taken 4 to 5 hours. Yes, we have taken because there was huge workload. We had less people, depending on the manpower availability of that time. This happens. So every TPA is supposed to have proper manpower. They should have doctors around the clock, people around the clock. Then it doesn't happen. So it happens when emergency cases, the people who are supposed to be in duty, they don't turn up. Those kind of things happen, and then there's a delay. Otherwise, nobody likes to delay the people sitting in the hospitals. We try our best to give in time. We understand the people sitting in the hospital now, they feel.
Now I would like to call Mr. Masood Bahab sir.
So thank you very much for giving me this good hearing, and I'm really happy that you could at least express what is the feeling, and I could feel the real what has been the experience of the people with the TPA. Thank you, and I'm also happy to be here with you with the younger people. Normally in the office I'll be talking only of the cases. He is not attended, he is having this problem, so I'm happy today. At least I had a good half day. Thank you very much.
I would like to thank Mr. Mehra for coming here. He's an old colleague, and one thing I'd like to say that ever since he has taken charge of Health Insurance TPA of India, things have really improved. Now, I am an ex-employee of Oriental Insurance Company, and we have a group health insurance policy. So even after retirement, I am getting the benefit. And the entire group policy of the retired employees and the serving employees has been now transferred to health insurance TPA, which earlier was not the case. And that happened overnight, and lakhs of people, their policy was transferred. And the way they have tackled the situation, I don't know how much hours of working they did. But today, I find, and most of our colleagues, we find that the services being given by this TPA is something which other TPAs are not in a position to do. And I have got a lot of reports from other people, who are not of, general customers, that the services which they can get from this TPA is much better than the other TPAs. Fortunately or unfortunately, I have been associated with health insurance since the time it came in India, that is 1986. So I have been a practitioner of health insurance, I have been a learner of health insurance, I have been a teacher of health insurance. And of course, no, I'm not exactly associated with health insurance, but whatever little bit I know about health insurance is, health is not insurable. Health is not insurable because if this is something where we cannot fix the cost, whether a person will fall sick and how much is going to incur the cost. So wherever these factors are there, it cannot be insured, but still we are insuring it. In India, health insurance industry is in its infancy. We have hardly covered, I believe not even 10% of the population is covered with health insurance. So in India, even if we grow 100% in health insurance, there will be still a lot of scope to grow. So this sector requires a lot of people. In fact, starting MBA insurance, we thought that in MBA insurance we'll have a specialization in health insurance for the simple reason that your university is, have this. So in health sector, health insurance sector, a lot of people, bright people like you are required, and I can tell you that when I joined the insurance industry, when he joined the insurance industry at that time, we didn't know that it will go so fast. Today, this industry, insurance industry, is generating a premium of 7.5 lakh crore in premium only. I'm not talking about the total liabilities which we are covering, which will be in billions and trillions. I'm talking just about the premium. 7.5 lakh crore premium is being generated by this industry, which is just 1.6% of the total world premium. So you can imagine we are just scratching the top. So we have so much of potential, and industry will grow only when the industry will get people. So when we joined the industry, we thought we are the smart people. Now today, we find that we require smarter people. And I just wanted to add this thing, and I'll now request
Thank you, Mehra sir. This lecture was wonderful lecture. See, the MBA health management students, they undergo one particular course called health financing. So you know that under health financing, the major portion is covered as health insurance, because health insurance is one of the aspects under health financing. So we have second year students, first year students, both from the health management. The second year student, they have this program right now, but the first year student, they will undertake this maybe next time. So I believe that the entire course syllabus is covered in this last 2 hours. So when I got to know that you have a 60 questions, I thought we'll have to give him a dinner also. Okay, but somehow we will wind up by the lunch time. I also just want to briefly tell you that what is the scope of health insurance in India. Now, if you know that the total expenditure on healthcare by the government is less than 1%, still last year. Okay. Now, if you know what is the GDP of India, any idea what is the GDP of India?
6.8.
7.5 what?
6.8. Oh.
Or it is less than $3 trillion? $3 trillion or Indian rupees?
Dollar.
It is something like around 3 trillion Indian rupees. Now, 1% of that is going to become 2.5%. 2.5% of the GDP will be spent in healthcare from next year onwards. So major part will be covered under Ayushman. So you can see that 1.5% of that 3 trillion Indian rupees is exactly how much money. So that kind of money will come into the healthcare scenario from next 2-3 years. So I just wanted to focus on the scope of health insurance, scope of various aspects of healthcare in India in next 2-3 years. So with that note, I thank you very much, sir, for taking your time and coming here. And this is thanks for the guests, but there are faculty members, students, volunteers who have tirelessly planned this lecture, executed this lecture in a best possible manner. Dr. Saki John is there. First time I am addressing him as a Dr. Saki John. Shah Habib, and all other faculty members. Dr. P. Sai Chaudhary just left, Mr. Obada Akil. So they all have worked and coordinated with sir for bringing him here. We have been trying for last 1 month, I believe. Of course, Bharat Saab was always there, but we really tried for last 1 month. We cancelled this lecture 1 or 2 times, and finally we made it. We cancelled it because of something. Okay, because of Eid holidays, because we have extended Eid holidays. So we had to postpone this lecture, but somehow it happened today, and we hope that from next year onwards, students will be placed in HITPA also. Now he has already mentioned the requirement from the HITPA side. Now you have to match your skill with the HITPA requirement. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Those are there, but they may not follow. So for that, see, that is what I am coming to. Like for the insurance company, there is a regulator. He checks at every step. There should be some kind of regulations for the hospitals also. There should be a regulator for them also. If they are not following,
that we cannot impose.
So that we cannot impose.
Can, because I as a layman feel that